Hey guys, Huzzy here bringing you another video. Welcome back to another Q&A video. So I do these again around once a month or so. Because when I wasn't a YouTuber, which is actually quite a long time ago now, I always had questions for people that I used to watch. And if I was like that, I'm sure many people are as well. So I've always tried to make myself as available as possible. It's why I've generally been always active on social media to reply to people, on the Discord private messages, Facebook messages, and I do these about once a month as well. Just to point out, today we're actually going to be doing the first time ever a Q&A taken from the HuzzyGames YouTube community page. So just to show you exactly where this is, if you have no idea what I'm talking about, some channels, and generally it's bigger channels with over 100,000 subs and stuff, they're giving us the community tab on our channel. Now this should come up in your on your phone, the subscriptions feed occasionally and stuff if people post. But here's obviously my channel, basically. You can see here, community. If you click on community, then yeah, I've been doing some odd replies here and there. I've had this. I don't know exactly now. No, I don't exactly know how long I've had it for. But you can see I've been posting over 2 months ago, 3 months ago. So I've had it for a while. So if you have no idea this exists, well, now you do. And I'm going to be taking the questions right from here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. So I will just occasionally just throw up some messages or questions to you guys directly on the community tab. So as always, the way that it works is I'll read the question quickly to myself, and then if it's a question that's worth answering, I will answer it. So the first one, and again, this is actually sorted by like how many upvotes they have. So generally, people will upvote if they want me to answer it. So it's kind of a good way to do it. Hi, Huzzy. I follow you for a long time now. I really need a compilation, my mouth's really dry, of Huzzy looking at the camera, office style, when making something, when someone makes something stupid. Can I make that happen? It's something that I have actually thought about myself, but the amount of time that would take to, watch videos that actually occurs and kind of chunk them down and get the little bits, it would honestly take a bit too long. For me to do it. If someone else wanted to do it and I could upload that, then maybe. But for me personally to do it, it would take too long. It would probably be funny, and people have asked me, where did I get that? Like look to the camera and so. It was partially inspired by The Office because it's kind of like it's breaking the fourth wall of like you're in the moment. Kind of like, Deadpool. Something stupid happens or something is like, and he just looks at the audience. So the audience knows that something dumb has happened. So yeah, no, it's something that would be cool. The time would take way too long. Next one, 2 questions. What is my name? Batman. And do I think instant muting everyone is ideal not to tilt? What's my name? My actual name is not Huzzy, although some people have thought it is. No, that's just my gaming name. My actual name is Sean. It is weird to say that because you never say your own name if you don't know somebody else with your own name, and I don't. But my name is Sean. But with the muting thing, it depends who you are as a person. Muting is subjective. Like for me, it takes me I'll mute people if they're toxic, and it takes me a very to instant mute everybody. I did it about 2 weeks ago for 2 games, and it was quite peaceful. But then I stopped doing it because then it kind of got boring. You are playing a multiplayer game after all, and if you're finding that you have to mute everybody every single game, well, maybe a multiplayer game like this is not for you. Because it is designed to play with other people. I will say muting people does not stop you climbing, though. You can get... There's been examples of people muting every game and getting challenger. So, it's not really that big of a problem. The reason for it, if you're wondering why, is most people just shout rubbish in the chat, or they put opinions down that just are wrong. So if you trust yourself and you think you're actually good and you want to climb, then sure, maybe. But it's not something that I would do all the time, because then it kind of defeats the point of playing a multiplayer game. But that's just me. Next one is, could I recommend a solid gaming PC? Can be specifically for League of Legends for someone on a budget. Not really, because I don't know the world. Well, I only know custom PCs. I don't know the world of pre-made PCs. I would avoid those generally. If you're wondering why, reason why like Alienware and stuff like that is trash is that you're paying for the badge. It has the same components, the exact same stuff inside, but you're paying for the premium of having an Alienware, if that even is a premium. And you're probably paying like a third more with the same specs that if you build it yourself. or if you went to a service like I have in the past, like Cyberpower, they charge a little bit more, but they build it for you, they test it for you, it's all perfect. So I would recommend just going on something like Cyberpower. Not sponsored, obviously, because I'm not sponsored by them. But go on a website like that, Cyberpower PC. Look at what your budget is. Look at what type of PC it is, and they should have a live chat feature. Talk to them. And if I'm not mistaken, that website, because obviously all my PCs have come from them, I've got discounts from them in the past. When you're building their PC, at the end of building it, it should actually say what FPS you should be running with particular games. I'm not sure if League of Legends is on the list, but all you need to do, like, League of Legends is not an intensive game to play. Put, like, I don't know, Grand Theft Auto 5 on that list, which is way more intensive than League, and see what FPS you get in a more intensive game. If you get like 60 FPS in Grand Theft Auto 5, you'll get like 90 in League of Legends. So yeah, go on something like that. Look, put your budget in, build a PC, or look one of their pre-made PCs that are custom on that website. But don't buy a brand PC. Don't buy like an Alienware or a Dell or whatever. Like, they're just not good. If you are, what I will say, the only branded stuff that I would say is legit is laptops, because it's very hard to get a custom laptop. And if you are like in the world of, oh, maybe a laptop is for me, go for MSI. I'd recommend. I've got an MSI gaming laptop. That's the thing that I use when I go away. Whether I go to see family or a convention, I use that, and that laptop still runs League with over like 200 frames per second. And I don't know what obviously on a budget means. For me, I didn't buy a crazy laptop, but that laptop I think was still about £1,200. But yeah, like it's simple as just going on one of those websites and looking what you can get, and it should tell you the FPS on some games. Next one is, what games do I play besides League of Legends? Please don't say Fortnite in the brackets. No, God, no. That's not for me. What other games do I play? It's a range of, like, it changes all the time. I will say that. I don't have a second game that I'm like constantly playing, but that potentially will change in the next couple months, which I'll get into. But right now, if I just had to like minimize my thing and just say, Frostpunk, it's a new survival city builder game, playing that quite a bit. Total War, Saga Thrones of Britannia. Oddly, I have actually quite a good relationship with the guys at Creative Assembly, the people that make all the Total War games. So I actually get all of those for free. And I love them. You know, that's the reason I get them all for free. So I play a lot of that. And then occasionally play Heroes of the Storm. You know, if my friends, like, we've got some people who play League, you've got some people that don't and want to play Heroes because it's more casual, more team orientated, and I'll jump on Heroes. I have actually been thinking about doing my placement games on Heroes very soon, so I might do that, and you know, just get diamond in that game, I guess, because apparently it's not very hard. But then the next game that potentially is going to take up a lot of my time is World of Warcraft again. So many of you, or some of you may know, we do have a guild in World of Warcraft. You guys can feel free to join. It's on Silver Moon. We're Alliance, unfortunately. I didn't want to be Alliance, but some people just needed to be. So yeah, Silver Moon Alliance, obviously on European server. And we are looking to get back into WoW for Battle for Azeroth. So we've already made the guild. People have joined. People are leveling up, or they're gearing up to make leveling easier. And yeah, we're going to have a raid group. A friend of mine is already raiding and has raided for the past couple of years. Like, he continued. And apparently that guild is having some drama. So maybe apparently people from that guild are going to join ours. And then we'll already have like a base core raiding team. But no, it should be good. Like, again, the skill of the group is, you know, it is quite vast. You've got, like, say, two of us, me and Galzik, which some of you may know. Both of us, respectively, were in the top 200 world on our classes when we used to raid consistently. You know, it was rated after every single boss, but both me and him were in the top 200 on quite a lot of the bosses when we used to raid. So he was Shaman, I was Hunter, and so we've got me and him. So that's, without sounding boastful, that's quite a good boost to a DPS team already. You've got Jeebus, who you know from the mod team. He's going to be tanking. You've got Kirby, that I don't exactly know what Kirby's doing. He's normally a healer, but he might try DPS. You've got Giz, that a lot of you guys don't know, but he's going to be healing. So a lot of the team is like the old WoW team from my old WoW days. Like, again, these are the guys that I spoke to every single day, even though we don't play WoW anymore, didn't. We still kept in contact. We're still talking every day on Discord, on Vent back in the day. So we're just getting back into it. You know, me and Gals are a bit, you know, like that we're playing Alliance. Gals is Horde through and through. I prefer Horde a lot. But it's just the way that it's worked out, unfortunately. So we're Alliance. I do know I'll be probably swapping my Hunter to a Kultiran human when I unlock that race. And I think Gals is going to go Dark Iron Dwarf. I probably will have a Dark Iron Dwarf as like an alt character. Again, if you don't know my WoW experience, I used to be a raid leader, guild leader. That's how I got maturity when I was younger, as I raid leaded, and I was like 14, 15 years old, raid leading for 40-year-olds, and they had to listen to me, and I knew what I was talking about. So that's probably where a lot of my maturity came from. My phone just buzzed. So yeah, like I'm looking forward for WoW, and you know why am I potentially getting back into it? Look, I'm happy with how my life is going generally, but I do have evenings free. Let's just say that. And WoW is an evening game. Like, it always has been. You raid in the evening, and when you're not raiding, well, I can just play WoW in the evening. I can do my LOL and YouTube stuff in the day, most days of the week, and then I have WoW to chill and just kind of go, and it's different. It's a different playing experience. So yeah, if you want to join, feel free. Feel free to do so. Next one is, as a viewer that has never played League... See, this has always confused me. I'll talk about that in a minute. But watches your content daily. I've thought about trying to get into it. Do you think now is a good time for new players to get into League? I've thought this or seen this for ages. I have a decent percentage of my audience, and when I say decent, you know, maybe 5%, that don't play League, or they quit League and they still watch, or they just haven't played League at all, which to me is fascinating. But I guess it shouldn't be, because, you know, the most popular channels that I watch on YouTube is pretty much of games that I don't play, of like playthroughs of YouTube, like Jesse Cox. A lot of you guys know the YouTuber called Jesse Cox is the reason that I started YouTube. His whole channel for years has been playthroughs of games, and you know, some of them I do play, like God of War, so I didn't really watch that. Well, I watched a bit of that series, more the end, so I could see their reaction of the ending. But I watch his series when I don't plan to play that game. So I guess with League, it's kind of the same thing. I don't know. But would I recommend it? Yes and no, really. The reason why, yes, is it's always fine to get into League. You know, feel free. But next season will be better. Next season, if you haven't looked at all the updates and what they're doing, they are looking to help the new player a hell of a lot. And they are implementing a new algorithm that detects Smurfs a lot better, so your leveling up experience won't be ruined by Smurfs, like a lot of people says. You know, the new rank system, the new placement system. So I would recommend getting into it next season, but that's up to you whether you want to start leveling an account now, because again, just remind everybody, you have to get an account to level 30 before you can do ranked or anything, and League of Legends kind of starts at ranked. So it's up to you. The game is in a bit of a weird state right now. The patch sucks at the moment. I don't think anybody's enjoying it. But yeah, like it's fine to get into it anytime. But next season is specifically, there are changes happening specifically for new players. So potentially that will be the best place. But thank you. What's my favorite music genre? I don't have one. If you know anything about me, I'm somebody that doesn't have a favorite of something. I have favorites. You know, what's your favorite champion? What's your favorite car? What's your favorite holiday destination? I don't have one singular. I don't like narrowing myself down to that. I like the music that I like a lot. It's hard to find music that I dislike. I'm gonna be honest. You know, if you watch my stream and with my Spotify playlist, there are days that, you know, sometimes it is a bit repetitive because sometimes I'll just get it in my head that I want to listen to this. But it vastly ranges. You know, from like Disney to folk music to rock to metal to rap. Like, I don't really have a favorite, and it just depends my mood. So yeah. Okay, so next one is, I'm a Diamond 5 mid laner that usually plays Vladimir, Twisted Fate, and Fizz. Your biggest problem is whenever you get a lead, you try to force stuff like super hard. You end up flashing 1v3 into the enemy because I feel like you have to carry. Of course, I also roam trying to get a lead. Well, yeah, by those champions, that makes sense. Onto my side lanes, but when it doesn't work, well, I just go Rambo mode, ending up throwing my lead and the game. Okay, so I get this. If you actually notice, especially on Ranked to Diamond, if I'm doing okay and my team is sucking, you'll actually see me go in a bit of Rambo mode because it's a panic. You're like, oh my god, my team is sucking. I've got to do something about it. So, like, first thing is, like, you're not alone. Even I do it. I only do it on Ranked to Diamond, though, because I know it's being recorded. I don't do it on my main account if I'm not recording, which is a bit weird. I guess it's the added pressure. So maybe that's it. You just have a lot of pressure on yourself to win. Which goes back to why. Like, I know winning is important to a lot of people, but always take enjoyment above winning. And the more you enjoy it, the more you'll most likely win. And if you are doing very well, and then you jumping into people 1v3 is going to be ruining your enjoyment, which is probably true, try just take a step back and go, okay, that's going to ruin my enjoyment. Let's just keep playing the way that I am. I'm getting fed. We're doing well. And just go from there. I just slow it down, basically. You know, you've seen it in videos. Like, one person's been fed, the rest of the team's been feeding, but they just kept getting fed, and we end up winning the game because we kind of just rotate on them instead of them rotating on us. So try and do that. Just be like, hey, team, I'm getting fed. I'm going to try and continue getting fed. You guys rotate on me. Just calm it down. Rotate on me. Come to mid lane, let's get a tower instead of you going elsewhere, because that relieves the pressure of you having to do something, because your team is coming to you. So that's potentially an answer to that. But yeah. Right, next one is, hi Huzzy, been watching for a few months, and my question, how's your day going? I woke up about half an hour ago. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. Again, I'm more of a night owl, so I wake up, and then I start recording about half an hour to an hour after I wake up. And then I finish recording a few hours later, and then I'm just doing my own thing. I'm then editing or researching or reading. You know, my day is very repetitive. You know, that's why a lot of people say, oh, Huz, do a day in the life. It's really boring. Like, I know to a lot of people, they look at YouTubers and go, damn, they must live a really fascinating life. Hell no. Not at the moment, at least. You know, I'm no Casey Neistat or anything. So maybe one day, but not right now. But it's fine. All right, next one is, how are my eyes after laser eye surgery? And what is my favourite skin in the game? Again, don't have one favourite, so I can't really answer that, but I'll answer a few. But how's my eyes? Eyes are perfect. Again, if you have no idea if you're new to the channel, I had laser eye surgery coming up to 2 years. No, a year and a half. I had it in like December 2016, I think. Best decision I made in my life. It's pretty much that simple. Again, if you have no idea, I was basically blind. I had a prescription of 8s in each eye, which basically means my vision was about here when I didn't have glasses on. Yeah, like being able to see and wake up and not having to put something on. You know, I always used to joke that my glasses were my eyes. You know, if I had a haircut and they're like, how does it look? I'd be like, oh, I need to put my eyes on so I can see. Or in the shower, it was just purely blurry. You couldn't see anything. Couldn't read a shampoo bottle, for example, like, unless it was like here. Yeah, so it's the best decision I made in my life. Again, if you watch, I did videos on the laser eye surgery, so you can go, if you're thinking about it, just go and watch those. But the day after laser eye surgery was the worst day of my life when it came to pain. You're blind for the day. With the one I had, which was unfortunately the harder one because my eyes weren't unfortunately compatible with the other one. I was blind for the day. Like, I couldn't open my eyes more than 3 seconds. They were in excruciating pain. And because it's only your eyes that have a problem, your body's fine. You're awake. But you're just lying in bed for a whole day. It was awful. Yeah, you're not tired or anything. It was awful. But it's still worth it. You know, get through one bad day and then you have plenty good ones to come. So no, I'd recommend it very much. What's my favourite skin/skins in the game? Again, have a lot. Like, again, if you know how many skins I own on my main account, I own most skins in the game. If I was content with, oh, this is my favourite skin, I would have probably stopped buying them a long time ago. I'm a sucker for rarity, I will say that. So, like, you know, packs, jacks, I like, I think it looks good, but I like it more for the rarity. Without fail, I pretty much get a comment every single time I play Pax Jax. Oh my god, you've got Pax Jax. Like, yep. I've got the original Pax Severe. I like the gemstone ones. They're cool. You really don't see them often, and I've got, again, most of them. Oddly, of one skin that, let's say, is a little bit less rare, SKT Olaf. I think it looks really good. It's not like everything SKT. I think his base has the logo, but actually how the champion looks, he looks epic. I think it looks really good. So yeah. Right, next, we've been going for like nearly 20 odd minutes, so we'll go for probably another 10 minutes or so. First one. So what's my favorite video game series apart from League? Oh, I don't know. What would it be? What is a game that I always go to and play when it comes out? I don't know. Wow, that's a hard... Well, probably World of Warcraft. Like, if I had to say on time, like, how much I played a game, it would be World of Warcraft. I've played, like, even though I haven't raided and done proper stuff for years, I have played every WoW expansion since I quit the game. So it's not like I've, like, not played at all. I don't know. That's a hard one. Can't really think of the top of my head. I like the Total War series. I play pretty much every single Total War that comes out. But I'm not sure, really. League is just such a big part of my game. It kind of just, like, pushes everything else to the side. Do I play board games? If so, any favourites? I do when I can. It's just, meeting people to play. I am a fan, and don't take this the wrong way. If you do not know board games, don't panic. It's one called Secret Hitler. I like Secret Hitler. It's a pretty good one. So basically, it's a game about like espionage, lying, and catching out people. So basically, one person's Hitler, some people are fascists, and the fascists have to protect Hitler, and then the liberals, I think, have to kill Hitler. And if they kill the wrong person, Hitler wins and stuff like that. It's really good, and killing Hitler's always a good thing. So it's a really good game. And if you've got a bunch of friends, like I think around 6 people is the best. Yeah, play that game. It's really, really good. It's fun. Do I speak any other languages other than Welsh? I do a bit, but I've lost pretty much all of it. I used to speak quite a lot of French. I did French from about 11 years old to like 16, or 10 years old to about 16 years old. So I knew a lot of French, but because I haven't used it in, 16, I'm 23. I haven't used it in like 7, 8 years. I can't remember most of it. I'm sure if I went to France, I'd be able to pick it up quite quickly again. But yeah, like I know a bit. I would of how much I knew when I was 16. I could go to France and be okay. I would survive. If no one spoke English, I'd be okay. And other than that, Welsh. Again, if people don't know, my family is predominantly Welsh. There is South African mixed in there as well. I don't know any Afrikaans. My dad used to know quite a lot because obviously he was raised in South Africa. But Welsh I did know quite a bit. All I remember now though is like phrases like the ultimate. I've said it in videos before. Gai fynd ba eskwela henda, or something like that, is can I go to the toilet please? Now the reason I know that, and I'll know that the rest of my life, is because in the school I went to, it was an English speaking school, but to go to the bathroom you had to say that phrase in Welsh. So if you're a new kid and you needed to go, you had to learn that very quick. And little things like Borodar is good morning, North Star is good night, Indai Tree, Pimp Esquelo, I think, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like Pop D Ping is microwave. Like I know very odd words, but I don't remember most of it. Like my Welsh was when I was quite young, so yeah. What's my opinion on the state of top lane bruisers? They seem really good, like very good. Honestly, maybe too strong. Because whenever you look at top lane at the moment, whenever one person's getting out of control, it's always a bruiser. It's always a bruiser with Conqueror at the moment, and it's like, oh my god, and it's like a Camille that just jumps on you as an AD carry or whatever, and you just get one shot. You're like, cool. So potentially they did overtune it a bit, but yeah, like, great. And then the next one is, have you ever noticed that Do You Want to Build a Snowman from Frozen sounds suspiciously like someone, Papa Can You Hear Me, from Yentl. Someone's watched Deadpool 2. Again, no spoilers, but that's, yeah. Papa, can you hear me? Do you want to build a snowman? All right, next one. Will I continue making miniseries like They Are Billions because I really enjoyed that? Yeah. every now and then when I find a game that is just exceptional that I would enjoy in that way, 100%. You know, tomorrow, I'm recording this on Thursday. I don't exactly know when this is coming out. But Detroit Become Human comes out tomorrow. If that was on PC, that would be a game that I would 100% play on a miniseries, but it's not. It's PlayStation 4 only. So I'll just be playing that for myself in the evenings. I do have an Elgato capture card, but to hook it up in my current setup is a bit too difficult. But no, like, yeah, when something comes around that I'm like, oh, that could be a good miniseries, and, you know, like, you know, 5 to 10 episodes would be a good number, then maybe. Like, again, I've already thought about doing one for the new game I'm playing, which is Frostpunk. I have thought about doing that. So that might come, maybe mini-series, maybe episode... Like, what I normally do is episode 1 goes on the main channel, and then it continues on the extra channel. So that's potentially going to happen soon. If you could choose one champion to completely remove from the game because of design and not the players, what would it be? Zoe, 100%. I'm sure Zoe would actually be probably the most popular answer. And again, if you're talking about not the players, the champion, because again, if you go off players, it would probably be like Yasuo, I'd imagine, for most people, or Teemo, because the players of those champions tend to be very annoying. But as for a design of a champion, Zoe, to me, she doesn't fit. She never will with her current kit. She'll never be perfectly balanced. So yeah, like I don't know, like Zoe, I just don't think she belongs in League. I don't think her mechanics quite line up. I don't think her aesthetic quite lines up. Lines up. So I'd Zoe, pretty safe to say. What rank did I first get when I got started? Well, it's an odd answer because I didn't finish my placements in Season 1. So I started, obviously, League in Season 1. I did play Ranked in Season 1, and I played 6 Ranked games. Obviously, you needed to complete 10 to get placed. Well, I lost all 6 ranked games, and I fed in every single game, and I had no idea what I was doing. So if I completed all 10, I would have been low bronze, like the lowest of bronze you could be. But I didn't complete them. My first season that I did complete my placements was Season 2, and I got silver. And the story goes, World of Warcraft was still my main game in Season 2, so I didn't really care about what rating I was in League. And I finished Season 2 one victory from getting gold, and I just couldn't be bothered. I had a few days to get it. It was like, it was Gals that was telling me, because Gals was gold back then. Huzz, just do one game, get gold. I was like, I don't care, it's not my main game. And I had a few days to do it. I just didn't do it. I didn't care. And then literally, if you know, fast forward a few weeks after the League of Legends Season 2 season is finished, my World of Warcraft guild disbands. Oh, I guess League of Legends is my main game. So my first legit season that I try-harded, I got Diamond 1. So that's the story. So it does show that you can improve quite quickly if you actually put your mind to it. Hey, Huzzy, can you give us any advice not to tilt and not get mad at bad games, as you seem to do very well on it? If you get mad at a game of League of Legends, seek help. And I'm not meaning this as any condescending or any bad way. Literally, just the way that, just logic. If you get mad over something like a video game, you probably have an issue that needs to get solved. So I would recommend seeking help. You know, if that's therapy, if that's just going to the doctor saying you get overly angry, because it's not something you should. As for an example, and I don't mean to, again, be condescending to people, the only time that I ever got angry at a video game, like actually angry, like a lot of ragers do, was Toy Story 2 on the PlayStation 1. I got angry as that, and if you know anything about the timeline, that would have been in about 1998, I want to say. I would have been about 4 or 5, and I did get angry because there was this one level that was basically impossible. That's the only ever time in my whole life that I've got actually angry at a video game. And obviously I grew out of it, I matured. So it's either like you haven't matured yet and you're still getting angry at a video game, or you do need to get some help. There's no shame in that. You know, again, people think it's a bad thing seeking help, but yeah, no, it's fine. Because it's not something you should. Again, just take a step back and kind of just go, this is a video game, not something that important. If this is my job at the moment, this is my livelihood, I don't get mad and it's my job, I'm putting content out there, then, you know, what excuse do you do when it's just a hobby? So I'll just say that. Do you slash have you had a romantic partner before? If not, with your position being a league YouTuber, does it really interest you? I have several. A while ago though. Does it interest me? Sure, but again, it's not a priority. You know, if it was a priority, I would be actively seeking. I would be like leaving the house on a daily basis, where I don't. So you know, I have in the past, obviously, and I am 23 after all. And you know, I was vastly different in my past and before the injury, which kind of led me to playing video games all day. So you know, I have, you know, as of recent, you know, 3 years ago, roughly. So yeah, but again, my priority at the moment is just do as well here as I possibly can to set myself up for life later. You know, I'm enjoying what I'm doing. We're doing very well financially, and you guys, you know my plans. So it's just to do as well and be happy with doing this. And, you know, I'm only 23. I know a lot of people think I'm older, but I'm only 23. So I've got plenty of time to do stuff, you know. Just to kind of say, you know, without speaking too much personal information, my sister is older than me, but my sister's partner is over 10 years older than me. You know, I'm 23, but he's over 10 years older than me, and you know, they're not married, they don't have kids, you know, there's no massive rush. Like, he was career focused as well, and he did very well for himself. So it's not a big deal to me. Like, yeah, I'm sure I'd have fun and experience more stuff if I did have that, but it's not something that I'm desperate for. You know, it'll happen if it happens. It's pretty much that simple. Okay, we'll answer two more. Am I a cat or a dog person? More dog than cat. The only way that I would ever have a cat from, like, you know, is if I did get like a girlfriend and she already had one, or she just really wanted one. I actively wouldn't seek one. I do know I will have dogs in the future, though. Like 100%. I do know I will have dogs. But with my hectic life of, I don't know, you know, with moving out or not, with renting or buying a mortgage or becoming a pilot, which I'll be away for 18 months, like, it just isn't practical right now to be thinking about that. But I know in the future there will be a timeline or a time that I will have one. And, yeah. All right, so we'll do one final. Well, actually, we'll do two more because there's actually not bad. So there's a funny one, which is, if I could pick one superpower, what would it be and why? Earthbender, baby. I love Avatar, not the big blue people, the Avatar, like, cartoon world. There's the elements that you can bend the elements, like, control them. I don't know why, but earthbending, from a young kid when the Aang came out, I always, like, saw that. And I was like, dude, that would be me. And then Korra came out a few years ago, and then I just identified with Bolin. I was like, dude, that's me in another universe. Yeah, earthbending, you know, which includes metal bending, sand bending, technically magma bending. So I choose earthbending. I think it would just be really goddamn good. It would be very practical in just life, I think, in general, you know. So yeah, earthbending. And the final one is, I'm watching you for a long time, and I want to know, how are you that experienced? I presume, obviously, when it comes to League of Legends, time is the biggest factor. I've played since season 1, so that is something that I never can teach you guys. I can't teach you time. I can't teach you, oh, I've played this game for 8 odd years. Like, that is something that, if you guys have just played the game now, yeah, you can never catch up to that. Unless I quit, you can never catch up to the time I've played this game. So majority of the League player base is always going to be behind me in timed experience, which also makes me not panic when changes come out. So if you hear me complaining about a change, you 100% know it's a big deal, because this League of Legends has changed a crazy amount since season 1, and if I was scared of change, I would have stopped playing in season 2, or season 3. I haven't. I've gone through the change. So when it came to, like, dynamic queue, you heard me talk up. You heard me about the role rank system. You heard me talk up. They're the two biggest things I've ever spoken about. So you know it's a big issue. And then other thing that I experienced, I actually put time into learning the game, which most people don't. I watch stuff. You know, again, people, I think there was another question in here somewhere, is, do I watch, there's right there, do I watch other LoL YouTubers' content? None that I would deem similar to mine. I don't watch any educational lol YouTubers. Which goes to the point of like, Huz, your thumbnail looks like someone else's. Does it? Like, I literally just have no idea, because I've never looked at other LoL YouTubers. It's not something that interests me. When League of Legends is majority of my life, the least thing I want to do is watch even more educational League of Legends content. So I watch pro play. I watch like personalities that I enjoy, like PewDiePie or Doublelift and stuff like that. And like, again, I research stuff. So I'll look at I'll look at actual tables that show me item efficiency and cost effectiveness, and it's all numbers. So if you're not a number person, you'll get bored about it. But that's how I like, oh, Huz, how do you know the build, or how do you know if that's good? I look at it, I research it. That's what I do a lot of the time in my spare time. Not all the time, I'd probably say once a week after I'm streaming, I'll dedicate like 3 hours or something to like learn more. So yeah, that's going to be it though. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, throw a like on the video. If you've got any more questions, leave them down there. I will try get and respond to them as much as I can. But I'm going to go now and probably start streaming, play some solo queue and all that good stuff. So if you guys, again, liked, subscribe. See you guys next time. See ya.